It began quietly over Lake Michigan, then turned violent. Between November 9th and 10th, 2025, an intense lake-effect snowstorm swept across northern Indiana, bringing whiteout conditions, heavy snowfall, and powerful winds, according to the National Weather Service. This early season extreme weather event marked one of the first major nature disasters of the U.S. winter.
After hours of snow showers, we are finally getting a pretty hefty band.
The storm developed when frigid Arctic air moved south across the Great Lakes, clashing with the still warm waters of Lake Michigan. Meteorologists confirmed that localized snow bands rapidly intensified overnight. In Porter and Lake counties, Indiana, snowfall totals reached 12 inches, 30 centimeters, creating life-threatening travel conditions and prompting widespread emergency warnings. Communities along the southern shore, including Cedar Lake, St. John, Valparaiso, and Michigan City, bore the brunt of the storm. The NWS Chicago office reported Cedar Lake received 12.3 inches, while Valparaiso recorded 11 to 12 inches of accumulation. Visibility dropped to near zero at times as heavy snow and gusts over 40 miles per hour battered the region. Infrastructure quickly buckled. Major highways, such as Interstate 94, U.S. Route 30, and portions of the Indiana Toll Road were closed due to collisions and stalled vehicles. Snowfall rates exceeding 2 inches per hour overwhelmed local plows. Transportation authorities described the event as one of the most severe early-season snow emergencies in recent Indiana weather news history.
This afternoon, it's like maybe 2 to 6 p.m. Central Time, but it'll be farther.
Emergency services were stretched thin. The Indiana State Police received hundreds of calls for stranded drivers and multiple crash reports. Local governments declared travel advisories, urging residents to stay home. Shelters opened in Valparaiso and Gary to house motorists caught in the sudden storm, as wind chill readings fell into the single digits overnight. Power crews face similar challenges. According to preliminary reports, sections of Porter and LaPorte counties experienced scattered outages as heavy snow weighed down branches and lines. Restoration teams worked overnight amid poor visibility and freezing winds. No significant injuries or fatalities were confirmed, though emergency officials warned conditions could worsen if temperatures continue to drop. Meteorologists explain the science behind the chaos. When cold, unstable air crosses the relatively warm lake surface, it gathers moisture, forming powerful snow bands that align with the wind. This lake effect process can produce highly localized but extreme snowfalls, sometimes burying one town while leaving another nearby virtually untouched. By Tuesday morning, radar imagery showed the snow bands shifting eastward toward Michigan. Additional accumulations of 1 to 4 inches were expected across northern Indiana before tapering off. The National Weather Service advised that strong winds would continue to blow snow, maintaining hazardous travel and visibility for several more hours. As daylight returned, cleanup began. Snowplows cleared main arteries first, followed by side streets buried in knee-deep drifts. Residents dug out vehicles encased in ice, while city crews worked to reopen access routes. Schools across Lake and Porter counties remained closed for a second day, allowing workers to restore essential transportation and safety services.
Would you just look at that? Ooh, that's quite a bit of snow, actually. It's only...
Despite the disruption, communities responded with resilience. Volunteers helped clear driveways for the elderly, neighbors checked on one another, and fire crews delivered generators to isolated homes. Officials praised the cooperation of local residents, crediting preparedness and calm coordination for preventing major injuries during this intense extreme weather event. Meteorologists called the storm a textbook example of early season instability, a powerful reminder that winter often arrives suddenly in the Great Lakes region. As conditions improved, forecasters urged residents to remain cautious, noting additional snow systems were possible later in the week. Winter, it seemed, had arrived early and without mercy. As northern Indiana recovered, the message was clear. Preparedness saves lives. This lake-effect snowstorm will be remembered not only for its strength, but for the unity it inspired. In a single night, nature's force transformed the region. And in its aftermath, resilience and community spirit became the true story of this breaking news event.